Hi, everyone. Tom was here, back at it with another Pittsburgh Steelers mock draft for 2023. Let's call it Mock Draft 2.0. And man, oh man, did I ruffle some of your feathers with that last one, didn't I? I didn't get a ton of comments on this, but the ones I did were not super happy with me. One in particular just wasn't happy with me at all. A lot of people had something that I completely understand, where they're like, you can't wait until the fourth to draft a corner. And while I agree with you, just based on how the board fell, there were no corners to be had, at least ones that I didn't feel were reaches at that point. Plus, Brian Branch is position flexible. He played just about all positions in the secondary for the Crimson Tide. So, that kind of fulfills your cornerback issue, at least from the jump. But let's get into the guy that was a little bit upset with me. Apparently, he says, I don't watch any games, I don't do any research, I don't know what I'm talking about, that the database I'm using is terrible, because what he's saying is the professionals, of which he's insinuating I'm not, and by the way, I'm not, I'm just a guy throwing darts at a board, I'm just a guy. He insinuates the professionals said that Darnell Wright is, great value at 17, and, he should be the pick. Well, if the professionals tell you to jump off a bridge, you going to do that too? If the professionals tell you to draft Malik Willis over Kenny Pickett because he has more upside, are you going to do that as well? The experts are not always right. In fact, the experts are usually wrong. Go back and watch some of the earlier drafts, if you would. And especially, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework assignment. Go to NFL Throwback, it's a YouTube page, and watch the 2015 NFL Draft. And count the number of guys who are not only on their third, fourth, fifth team, or out of the league, or journeyman, or just bad. It's almost all of them. We romanticize as fans, and to be honest, the media does this as well, romanticize players in each of these drafts like they're going to be the second coming. Like every quarterback is going to be, Champ Bailey or Darrelle Revis. Every linebacker is going to be, the top linebacker you can think of. It's going to, every edge rusher is TJ Watt. Every player is the best. That's their comparables. It rarely happens. It doesn't happen hardly at all, in fact. I mean, that 2015 draft that I ended up watching just randomly recently, this is year 8 for those players. That means they're hitting 30. That means that's arguably their prime year. Maybe their third contract year. And the vast majority of them didn't see it in the first round. They just didn't see it. They weren't there. They were either out of the league based on just bad play or injuries or what have you. So let's not try to romanticize the players that are in this draft or any other draft. You simply don't know until a few years down the road whether these players are any good. So I understand people get hot button and they get upset. And I'm not, saying that guy has the right to his opinion, absolutely, that he feels he heard Darnell Wright. Maybe he's friends with Darnell Wright. Maybe he did the research on Darnell Wright. Maybe Darnell Wright's his favorite player. I don't know. But simply put, there was a time, and I've heard the tide has changed. Look, I heard exactly what he heard from other experts and professionals, that Darnell Wright is climbing up the board because he has some good tape against Will Anderson, that he has some pretty solid tape against some of the top players in the draft. Fine by me, but at the time I did it, he was a reach. He might still be a reach. I mean, he played left tackle 2 years ago. He played right tackle this past year. There's a few tackles that the Steelers are flirting with, at least on the record, and some of them are right tackles, which, if that's the case, then you're moving Chucks to left tackle, and I don't know, to be honest, how much better that will be than Dan Moore is currently. Now, you could say Chucks is better, but is he? Is he at left tackle? We don't know because he's been playing right. So, anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent. The point being is, Pittsburgh Steelers, this is Mock Draft 2.0, and I await your comments. because not everybody's going to agree on the Steelers pick. Some of you are completely sold on certain players, and that's the only you have the blinders on. And what if it turns out after a few years that you pounded the table for these guys and they're just simply not good? I've done it. I'm sure everybody's done it at some point. There's certain players that I was absolutely thrilled when the Steelers drafted, and a few years later I went, oh man, this is bad. So, we're going to get into this mock draft 2.0. Let's get into it. Let's fire it up. And you know what? We're gonna entertain some trades this time. If there's a right trade that I think the Steelers should make, they're gonna make it. But let's get into it on Tom Was Here.
Hey guys, it's Blake Henson.
Angelo Spagnolo.
Dorn Dickerson.
This is Donnie Football from 93.7 The Fan.
And I'm KDKA meteorologist Mary Hours, and you're watching
Tom Was Here.
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 Like a true professional. That's incredible. Okay, Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. Hopefully no silly things happen this time like Bryce Young or Stroud falling, because you know a trade would pop up and somebody would trade up and take them before then. But who knows? Let's see if they fix that. Nope, Stroud's still falling. Oh no, Stroud went early. Okay, good. Okay, oh, interesting. Okay, all right, very interesting. 4 trade offers. Look, if it, you weren't wasting a year of Kenny's development, Kenny's rookie contract, you're trying to win now, this would be an enticing trade offer. And the Saints have historically been okay with trading their entire draft. But Mike Dick is not at the helm, and I don't think they would ever make this offer. They know better. It did not work out for them the first time. So no to this one, even though it's obviously tempting. No to this one either. Two ones though. 2 ones is tempting. I mean, you drop all the way to the second round, but you'd have 3 second-round picks. But then you lose that club option for the 5th year. The Patriots, man, 4-4-6-6. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And all right. Why would they make this offer? I'm taking it. I'm going to have to take it. Now, my guess is that they want... you can't even check and see. But look at this offer. You drop 1 spot. 17 to 18, you pick up a 2nd, a 5th, and a 6th. Why would everybody would take this offer? Unless there is Peter Skoronski did fall. And you have to wonder... will the Lions take Skoronski? I think so. We're going to take our chances, and we're going to do it anyway, just because of the value you're getting for it. So let's accept it. Why not? And they didn't take him. Oh my God, they didn't take. Steelers having their cake and eating it too. Do I think that honestly could happen? No. First of all, I don't think Skoronski's going to be there. But even more interesting, the fact that they traded up and they took... Kalijah Cansey. So, 3 trade offers. You drop 5 spots. You pick up a 6th, 2024 2. Intriguing. 2 5ths. No, next year stuff. 3 spots and pick up a bunch of picks next year. The Steelers already made their trade. They're not going to do another one. Okay, so they're on the clock at 18. And if this is the board as it stands currently, how could they not take Skoronski? How could they not? And I want someone to tell me, I want someone to be the contrarian here. I want someone to say, oh, they should have taken, somebody else in this regard. But Skoronski's there, the number 10 overall, at least on this database. And I know it differs based on database and based on thing, but I'm taking Skoronski here. Not only do I get what is the equivalent of a top 10 pick, but I just picked up a bevy of picks for just moving down a spot. Sold. Okay. 2 trade offers at 32. Only 2. You got Buffalo Bills are giving up their entire draft next year. And so is Kansas City. because they're both next year, I'm going to stand pat at 32. This is a spot that I do feel the Steelers could potentially trade down in this draft. Or potentially trade up to get a fifth-year option if they feel they have a guy. I took Brian Branch last time. I'm going to try to switch it up with this draft because, it's mock draft 2.0. So I want to be a little bit different. I already have Skronsky. That's different. In this one... Well, man, it's semi-tempting. I don't know if they double dip, but here's the highly touted, based on my YouTube comments, Darnell Wright. Here he is. He's sitting here at 32. So is Branch, for that matter. Mozzie Smith, you got Emmanuel Forbes, Kaylee Ringo. And I think what I am going to do is I am going to take here at 32, Keely Ringo. People were upset that I didn't take a corner early, and as much as it is tempting to take Branch here again, or to take the tight end Washington, or to take Wright, I'm going to take Keely Ringo. They do need corners for sure. So Keely Ringo is the pick at 32, and so far the draft has played out swimmingly for the Steelers. No, he can't. Oh, okay. For a second, I really thought that Branch was going to fall all the way down there. Okay, one trade offer. It's junk from Denver. I'm not taking that. And, okay, so we got... There he is again. I'm trying to make the draft completely different than the draft I did 1.0, and that includes not taking Jack Campbell, even though he is there. I really am high on Jack Campbell. I really think they should take Jack Campbell. I have heard concerns about Trenton Simpson. I've heard he's a great athlete, but not a great football player, and that always is, I'm very wary of that. I've heard many situations where it's like, well, he's an athlete, he's got upside, he's got, no, I need a tried and true football player. They tend to last longer, they tend to be better. But in this circumstance, I'm going to double dip. I'm going to double dip at the corner position. Levi Wallace is entering his last year. I think Witherspoon's entering his last year. So you do need another corner. I mean, you need to refresh this corner room. And I'm going to take Julius Brents. It's a big corner. It's a big corner. And I... Look, I'm intrigued by this, and I know that I have a pick coming up very soon, too, because of the trade I made. So I feel pretty good about, double-dipping corner here, because I know I'm getting another second based on moving down one spot. Okay, well, I'm not double-dipping in corner again, but... I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of a... because I don't know if he'll be here at 80. Do I want to grab him now? I mean, it's technically a luxury pick. Wait a minute. Hold on. He's still on the board? Oh, man. Look, you think you would want to take Trenton Simpson here, but like I said, I've heard concerns about him being a great athlete, not a great player. Look, I'm taking Jack Campbell again. I'm sorry. 55, he's still on the board. And we'll see if my guy's there with the next pick, because I was eyeballing another guy, and maybe he'll be there at 80. I think he might. And if he is, that's the pick. But we're taking Jack Campbell here. I mean, you've heard the comparisons. The comparisons are Urlacher. The comparisons are Kuechly. There's a lot of big name comparisons there. So that is the pick, and this draft is filthy for the Steelers. I mean, man, talk about retooling the lineup here. All right, 4 trade offers. You got, let's see, 3rd round, next year stuff. Picking up a 2nd, 4th, and a 6th. No. Okay, nothing super exciting there. Well, there's some names on this board. Oh, my guy did go. The guy I was considering was the other safety at Alabama, Battle. We do need some safety help, but there's a couple names here that are intriguing. You got Derek Hall, the edge, Auburn. You've got Siaki Ika, the defensive tackle from Baylor. I remember a lot of mocks him going to the Steelers in the second. And, the concern on him is he's a 2-down player. But on those first 2 downs, man, it'd be nice to have a nice run stuffer there. Let's see. Some receivers. Steelers love their 3rd-round receivers. Let's see. Edge. Just looking here a little bit around. You know what? I'm gonna do a little reaching. On this one. I think the Steelers do want to focus and retool their secondary, and I know that they had a long conversation with Jair Brown, the safety from Penn State, and maybe they don't feel he'll be here at the next pick, so they take him here. And like I said, a lot of secondary help in this one. A lot of secondary help in this draft. And then what's the next pick? 120? I think it's 120. Yeah, 120 here. 1 trade offer. It is junk. Okay, so, well, I reached for a safety, and now here's a safety just sitting here. Where do we go here at 120? Let me look around at some names. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go rogue here. I'm gonna go a little bit rogue. I don't see some of the other names. I kind of was looking around with the 4 spot here. And don't be shocked by this, Steelers fans. Don't be shocked by this. We're taking Tanner McKee, quarterback from Stanford. Look, Mitch is a highly priced, very highly priced backup QB at the moment. I think, he's on the books for $8 million, something like that. And there's no third. There's no third quarterback. So don't be shocked if the Steelers take a quarterback, and don't be shocked if they take it earlier than you think. Say maybe, like I said, 4th, 5th round, something like that. I wouldn't expect any earlier than that. But, if they see a guy that they like, they might pull the trigger on that. Okay, now you drop 152 to 167, gain of 6 next year. Next year's picks. 6, 7 picks next year. No, I'm going to stand pat on those. And look, a nice little board for the Steelers here. I mean, look at the grades. Look at those grades. I mean, you got an A for Skronsky, an A for Ringo, B for Brents, A for Campbell, B for Jair Brown, B+ for Tanner McKee. And well, where do we go from here? Where do we go to maybe bring a tight end to compete with Gentry, perhaps? Luke Schoonmaker, maybe? I mean, you're playing with house money at this point. Like, Detroit gave you the farm to move up 1 spot. They gave you quite a few picks to move up 1 spot. And look at now the one knock, of course, is that the Steelers they still don't have an edge rusher. They still don't have an edge. And this wait didn't feel nearly as long with those trades in the middle. You don't have to wait from 4 all the way to 7. All right, 4 trade offers for 6th-round pick. You got a 7, no. 194 to 204, picking up 7s next year. 194 to 203, picking up 6 next year. And 194 to 202, and picking up 208 as well. You know what? Let's do it. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if anybody would offer these trades, but you know, let's do it just the same. Let's see what we got here. So, I mean, where are we looking? Where are we looking here? Do we need, you know, a late round receiver, perhaps? Bring in more O-line depth? Man, oh man, where do you go? I'm gonna give them, let's give them Nick Hampton, edge rusher from Appalachian State. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about him. You know, and obviously you're kind of playing with lottery tickets at this point. You know, you just really everything after the fourth round is basically playing with lottery tickets. You're trying to, you know, whatever works. You know what I mean? If you get one person to stick, that's a win. Let's see, what else could they bring in to try out? Probably a receiver. I think a late round receiver might be the way to go. And I'm going to give them... Bryce Ford Wheaton, a wide receiver from West Virginia. And, you know, the thing seems to be happy with these picks. Last two, Hampton and Ford Wheaton, A+, A+. And we still got our 7th. I'll be honest, I wouldn't expect, if the Steelers made these trades, to keep all of these picks. I think they honestly might trade them away for more stuff. But, I mean, you got tight end covered, you got edge rusher covered, you got quarterback, you got safety, you got linebacker, you got 2 corners, you got a tackle. How about an inside? Is there an inside? Carter Warren, he's a tackle though. John Gaines, is that really the best one? Is that the best, like, IO line? Yeah, oh my god, it is. Alright, well, tackle-wise, you got Carter Warren. You know, Pitt's next door. Do they know? Maybe they know. Let's take Carter Warren. Let's see what you can get out of him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, last pick in the draft. Wow, man, they could go just about anywhere. We're going to give them... We're going to give them Gerard Clark, the D lineman from Coastal Carolina, to wrap this up. And look at these grades. Skoronski, A+, Keely Ringo, A, Brents, B, Jack Campbell, A, Jair Brown, B, Tanner McKee, B, Luke Schoonmaker, A, Nick Hampton, A+, Bryce Ford Wheaton, A+, Carter Warren, B+, Gerard Clark, A+. Not a bad haul. Do I honestly think that Detroit is going to give up a 2nd, a 5th, and a 6th, or whatever they gave up to move up one spot and still figure out a way that we get Skoronski at 18, even though he's projected as a top 10 pick? No! I don't think it happens, but stranger things have. So it's worth the gamble, I guess you could say. But let me know your thoughts on this version of the draft. Did I satisfy some of you people that were very upset on this last draft that I waited too long for a corner? In fact, I went corner in the 2nd round. Will that end the griping? Can we all just get along that we're fine now that we have all corners and a tackle? Okay, well, they need corner, they need tackle. In the first 2 rounds, if they address both of those positions, you have to say it's a win. Right? I feel it's a win. You know, could they potentially wait on safety? They don't take Brian Branch early, even though Brian Branch in this draft was available at 32. And if it were me, that would be my pick. But I was trying to be different than the mock draft 1.0, so I took Keely Ringo, which is not a bad concession prize. Still took Jack Campbell. Look, I couldn't resist. That's my guy. I want Jack Campbell to be a Steeler so bad. I think he has the right tools. I think if they do not take Jack Campbell, if they pass on him, then that's going to be one of those dudes like 10 years from now that's still playing in the league when whoever they took instead of him will not be playing in the league. That is a bold statement, I admit. But admittedly, I like this dude. That'll do it. Pittsburgh Steelers, all 7 rounds, mock draft 2.0 in the books. Let me know your thoughts on this. Leave a comment. And guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support me on Patreon like John Bailey did, you can do so. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, a Tomwashere t-shirt, you can do so at Spreadshirt, as well as links to my eBay store, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and the Pennsylvania Autograph Collectors Association. Links are in the description below. More of these mock drafts are coming, even though the draft itself next week. We're going to churn out as many as we can over the next week and a half. Guys, thanks so much for watching. And until the next mock draft or the next video, I will see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.